the role of a guide versus the teacher it's hard to explain to people who have not seen an Acton, because it's kind of like, whoa, how can that happen? But a guide really just sits there. I mean, they create curriculum and they lead discussions, but other than that, there's some behind the scenes stuff that they do, but other than that, there's nothing really they do to help us. And versus a teacher's role of teaching and giving information to the students, the guides are there to kind of push us to find our own information and not to just listen to what a teacher has to say or what an adult has to say.
For some people, it's easy for people, but some people it's hard, because basically people, sometimes get out of hand. But I think a lot of people personally can govern themselves, and I think people should and can, and I think that's all about and I think that's what Acton is all about, self-government. It's basically the way we work, independent learning, not dependent learning.
Well, at the beginning, it's hard, but since I've been through the whole Acton system, it's become easy, and I don't think about it anymore. It's just a habit, so it's not very hard for me.
It really depends on the person. I've been at Acton for quite a long time, so now it feels easy for me. But I feel like if somebody had gone to public school for a while, then they would end up not doing as well at Acton. I mean, they could always grow, but it would just be harder as a start. But I've been at Acton since I got out of kindergarten, so it was easier for me to to stay self-motivated. Well, it's just kind of the type of person and how, I mean, everybody can eventually do well at Acton, but if you really don't want to work hard and you don't want to do it just because if you only want to work because somebody else is telling you to, your parents are telling you or your teacher or something, you're not going to do well at Acton, because nobody cares except for maybe your parents if you're learning a lot. But it's really up to you, and you got to stay self-motivated instead of staying motivated by guides punishing you or somebody else punishing you, because it's not important for anyone else, it's important for you.
I think some kids don't make it at Acton because I like to think that's because they're not committed enough. I think, a lot of kids have tried to come here and most of them have stayed, but a lot of times just they take advantage of the freedom you have here and they don't buy into the responsibility, and they don't do any work and they don't learn anything, and it's just not the right community for them. They need more traditional approach to learning so they can actually learn something. So I just think it's commitment and getting it, just knowing what you're getting into. It's just kind of a hunch, just kind of like looking at work quality and like the way they're working. You can just kind of tell if someone's buying into it or not. They really get it. You usually, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you can usually just kind of tell like this person just can't do it because blank, they're mean or they aren't working hard enough. So yeah. It's sad, but I mean, it's detrimental to the community, so.
We have a contract and systems that help that, so that people aren't above other people and think they're better. So that if they got that, people would obviously help them.
The growth mindset is to help you, help you grow and learn. And what it is basically saying if you try your best, you can make it, or just great effort. Then there's what can hurt you is either telling somebody they're terrible because it discourages them, or telling somebody they're perfect, because then they'll think, oh, that's just impossible because I am great at this or something, and they won't try their best. But if you give them the growth mindset and tell them that all you have to do is try your best, they will try their best and they will succeed.
The things I'm getting out of this school that I'm not really getting out of, that I wouldn't get out of a public school, are definitely just the amount of, the ability to pursue stuff, I guess, is my answer. Because you'd have a lot of time here to fit both what you're passionate about into your work and discover what you're passionate about. So, whereas at a normal school, the guidelines are very strict. So you have to be doing this certain essay, and you can't really incorporate what you're interested in into that. So I think I'll definitely have a really big head start in what I'm interested in by the time I graduate, as compared to if I went to a normal high school.
Well, I would tell them acting's kind of a hard thing to do really well at, and you really gotta not be learning because of somebody else telling you that you've got to do it. You got to really know that it's important, and you want to learn because you want to learn. It can't be because somebody else is telling you.
For the main part, that people that want to get better and want to succeed can make it, but the people who give up on themselves or don't believe in themselves can't make it because they really can't fix themselves.
If I could tell a parent one thing for applying their kid to Acton, I would definitely tell them that they need to buy it as a whole family, because it's not like sending your kid to a public school and just kind of letting them get A's and B's. It's a very much involved sort of thing. Your kid will have a lot of freedom, and if they don't take that freedom well, then they're not going to learn anything, and they're going to probably negatively affect the community. So I think that if you really understand what the school is about and what the goal is, you can think the product will be a lot better in the end, or what you as a family get out of it.
If I was talking to a parent who's considering sending a kid here, I would tell them that no homework means no assigned homework, but you're still going to have to work at home or help your kid on math and stuff, because getting help only comes from fellow travelers and not a teacher, and your parent is a fellow traveler, so you're going to have to help them at home, not just if you come to school sometime.
Well, I would tell the parent that the community is really fun and your child would like it.